Welcome! This is strictly going to be a booty-based only workout, and I've incorporated 6 of the top glute exercises, and I am still so sore from this workout. So I hope it does the same to you. Before we get into the workout, I just want to emphasize one thing about growing the booty. So your bum is made of 3 muscles, okay? There's your glute max, which is the biggest muscle of your entire body. There's your glute medius, and there's your glute minimus. Now, some people call your glute medius like the deltoid of your hip, kind of, just because it curves. You don't want to neglect any one of those 3. Obviously, a lot of people do strictly gluteus maximus based work, and this workout involves all 3 to make sure you're hitting all angles so that you can ensure that you fill all angles. First thing I'll tell you is squats are not the only exercise that are going to give you a bum. They're a really good compound lift, so they're using more than one muscle in the execution of the movement. When growing your booty, you need to be doing not only obvious compound exercises, but glute isolation exercises, and that's what this workout is. They are so important if you want to actually make a difference in your behind. I only used to do squats. I would go to the gym, I'd do some squats, I'd do a couple sit-ups, and I'd call it a day. We've come so far since then. A couple things I want to just point out with this workout. Go heavy. You need to up the weight and lower the reps. I would suggest definitely upping the weight for something like a compound exercise like a squat or a deadlift, because these are really muscle building exercises. But if you're doing isolation exercises, I'll tend to do higher reps just to burn out my muscle the most and make sure that I'm using it as effectively as I can. One thing about booty gains, and that is, if you want to gain muscle and if you want to make a difference in size of your muscle, you need to be providing your body with enough nutrients to be able to maintain muscle growth. Therefore, you need to make sure you're getting enough protein. I cannot emphasize this enough. Doesn't matter if you're vegetarian, if you're vegan, you still need to be getting an adequate amount of protein if you want to be able to build your glutes. To produce more, you need to eat more, because your body will be burning more and using more to create more, if you know what I mean. A glute exercise can only do so much for you. You need to be providing your body with what it needs to be able to actually make these muscles big. You can substantially hinder your booty progress if you aren't eating enough. If you're really somebody that wants to make a difference in their glutes and wants to give themselves a butt lift the natural way, if you want to bulk up your bum, you gotta eat in bulk. This doesn't mean that you're just gonna go out and eat pizza at McDonald's and be like, oh, I'm bulking, it's fine. But if you wanna put on mass, you need to be consuming more. I've included some tips in the workout for anybody who claim that they can only feel these certain exercises in their quadriceps. So I hope that this helps you. I will put in the description box how many sets and reps that I did and that I would suggest for you to do. That way you can just screenshot it and take it to the gym with you so you don't have to watch the video. Sometimes you don't have Wi-Fi and it's easier that way. I hope to make more workout videos in the future, and if there's any specific ones that people want to know, let me know. If you did like the workout, please let me know, and if you wanted to see more videos like this, definitely subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. If you have gotten this far, let's begin the workout.
So the first thing that we're going to do is warm up, as it is the most important part of this entire workout. I did 5 minutes on the Stairmaster before this, and I'd suggest any type of incline cardio for 5 to 10 minutes. It is so important to warm up your legs. They are huge muscles and you do not want to risk pulling or ripping or anything. Then I will go straight into barbell squats, as they are always the first exercise that I do just because they are such a compound lift. So just with the regular unweighted barbell squats, you're getting your body ready for the range of motion that it's going to be going into for the rest of the exercise. So we're going to be doing 2 sets of 20 reps with just the barbell only. I thought I'd just quickly include how to set up the squat rack, just because when I started out I had no idea what I was doing. You basically just lift the holder up and out and adjust it to your height. Obviously mine's really short because I'm 5'3", but you just put it to the level just around below your shoulders. So like I mentioned before, the squat is a compound exercise, meaning it's using more than one muscle to actually execute the movement. So form is one of the most important aspects when it comes to performing a squat. So the first thing that I always make sure that I do before I actually execute the movement is making sure I've got a strong intra-abdominal pressure. In other words, making your core very, very tight, because this will support the weight on the way down as well as executing it on the way up. So I'll take a deep breath in and contract my abdominals as much as I can. So your feet should be shoulder width apart, and when lowering down with the squat, I like to imagine I'm sitting down or just touching my butt on a chair or something. The other most important thing is making sure that your back is straight. You don't want any curvature in your back when you're performing the squat. You want to make sure that your abs are tight and you've got your pelvis locked in. I am familiar with a lot of people claiming that they can only feel a squat in their quads and they can never feel it in their butt, and if there's anything that they can do to help this. And I learned that this could be because of two things. The first could be the level of your squat, so I find the lower I go, the more I can feel it in my glutes on the way back up. And sometimes if that means sacrificing the weight for something a bit lighter just so that I can go lower, then that's what I'll do. The other thing it could be is your physical structure and the shape of your bones. So your morphology could be what's causing you to only feel it in your quads. Generally, long femored people have trouble with this because they have farther back to sit, so they feel a little bit more off balance and their quadriceps will take over in that situation. So if you are a long femored person and you're having this problem, try placing the bar lower on your posterior deltoid and not so much your trapezius.
The next exercise is walking barbell lunges. Now these are so good if you want to make a difference in your bum. I really would pick these over squats any day, and I really started noticing actually a huge difference when I started putting these into my routine. Something to make sure though that you always do is take a long enough stride. The bigger the step you take, the more you're going to activate the glute of your working leg. The narrower the stance, the more it's going to work your quadriceps, which is not exactly what we're trying to do with this workout. This is strictly booty based, so the bigger the step, the bigger the booty. Moving on to barbell hip thrusts. These are one of the best things you can do if you want to grow your bum. Definitely go as heavy as you can with these. I aim for 15 reps if I can, but these are super essential because your glutes are actually most activated in a fully extended hip position, which is essentially what we're doing with this movement. I would suggest using the cushion because your hip bones are going to be hurting, but definitely make sure you squeeze at the top because that's going to really make the difference. Moving on to an elevated sumo squat stiff leg deadlift complex. It's a bit of a mouthful and it can look a bit intimidating, but this is so good for your bum, because with the sumo squat you're hitting all three glutes as well as your inner thighs, and with the straight leg deadlifts you're incorporating your hamstrings, which are definitely going to target your underbutt area. If you want to build a nice round booty, you need to be hitting your muscles from all angles, especially with straight leg deadlifts. They are the key to a butt lift. That being said, your form is crucial in a deadlift. You cannot be arching your back or rounding it in any way. You need to keep your torso as flat as possible and think of you lowering the dumbbell in one straight line. So one squat and one deadlift together are considered one repetition. I did 3 sets of 10 for these, and you need to make sure that you squeeze at the top of every exercise. Moving on to seated abductions, I did 2 variations of these. So with my back against the seat, I am targeting my gluteus medius, which is my side bum. And as I lean forward with my torso, I'm going to be activating solely my glute maximus. So I will do 10 repetitions in both positions for 3 sets. And lastly, to finish off the workout, we're doing incline leg press with a high foot position. So with specific foot placement, you can target different muscles in your legs. Specifically with a high foot placement and you bring your knees towards your chest, you're going to be activating, once again, your hammies, therefore your underbum.
Thank you so much for watching. That is it for the workout.